The investigators went back through the stream's donation logs and identified 161 viewers who had sent money specifically tying to triggering these punishments.
It should just be looked upon as like an example of like a good case and good ass ideas for authorities to just start like looking through, like to see who fucking donating.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's Ahmadjay back here with another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video by Tozy. The video is going to be on angry IRL streamer gets 6 years in Korean prison. Jeez, that sounds like a bundle of bullshit. Like, bro, I wonder what this dude did. Did he just get angry on stream and start thrashing stuff, or have you know, like Korea, like have their patience gone down for a lot of streamers doing stupid shit online, and or do they just think this shit is just making their country look bad, or did he do something illegal? I think it could just go in different points because this is a different country. They have different rules. America is land of the free, but when you get over to the other countries, they have zero tolerance for a lot of specific shit, bro. Well, let's just get into it and let's see what is going on. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you've been enjoying this type of content to react to, and you like watching along. But let's just get into it.
This angry IRL streamer holds the record for the most permanent bans in YouTube history, and he just added something infinitely worse to his own resume, a 6-year prison sentence. But while the guy is a disgusting sick freak, what really drew my attention to this case is that 161 of his viewers who were watching and donating to his stream are now facing charges as well. So I think that is
That's the first time I ever hear like viewers getting charges. Why don't they have that shit in the US, bro? Because at this point, man, if you want to stop a lot of streamers from doing dumb shit, you gotta get to the root of it. Get to their viewers, because they viewers ultimately be making them do a lot of dumb shit. But that's the first time I ever heard of a person and their viewers getting charged.
first time ever that the viewers are potentially getting punished for watching a scumbag IRL streamer. So as soon as I heard that, I wanted to know everything about this case, and this is happening in South Korea as well. So meet Shin Tae-il, a South Korean internet streamer who's been online since 2012. And over that time, he's built a reputation of being one of the most chaotic Korean influencers. And his whole online persona is essentially built around being insufferable on purpose, insulting people's parents, his crew members, basically anyone in frame. And I guess, I don't know if it's a part of the bit or not, but he's extremely sensitive about his own height. And he really loves to tell everyone else on how not good looking they are. So I guess the dude has the classic combo of insult everyone else's appearance, but he cannot take anything himself. So according to people who actually knew him off camera,
that sounds like a bundle of whole bunch of not wanting to get to know a person, not wanting to be friends with a person, bro. If being around a person like that is really annoying to be around. As soon as you like get like, maybe that's why this guy probably had like less friends or something like that, and maybe that's why he's been doing this type of shit, just to make a fool of himself, because having a personality like that is really not really annoying to be around and ruins the vibe of everything.
The real Shin was basically the opposite. Quiet, kind of shy around strangers, and by most accounts, someone who would get emotional pretty easy when someone close to him was struggling. Which, sure, I mean, isn't exactly unheard of. Plenty of large internet personalities turn out to be pretty different once the cameras are off. But still, I mean, when you compare his character or his online persona to, I guess, who the people close to him are claiming he is, there's a very big difference here. But hey, unfortunately for him, none of the supposed softness from his off-camera life carried into his on-camera life, because maybe some of that sympathy and human decency could have saved him here. But regardless, he was the head of a streaming group called the No Ami Crew, and by multiple accounts, he ran it the same way he ran his streams. He reminded everyone under him that they were nothing without him. So I guess combined with the constant insults and drama, that's probably why he holds one of the weirder records in streaming history: 185 separate permanent bans from YouTube alone. That is just ban evasion on a whole new level. And then on top of that, he's also banned from both TikTok and Twitch and two more obscure platforms called...
How do you get... No, never mind. People have reached this level of getting banned from a lot of platforms. Like, I guess Kick is just not in the US. But I mean, I guess Kick is just only in the US. I guess it's not out there. But how do you get banned from these many platforms, low key? And then you create 85 YouTube accounts. This fool must really just like want to get back into it, bro. He like, I thought like, bro, I thought like a whole bunch of these creators that are always like trying to get back into YouTube after they get banned, tried it. But like, I think this guy tops the record for just trying to get into social media, get back into it, because he's locked in, you know, content jail basically. You can't create nothing. Every time they get like some sort of like ping from your IP address, you're done. Like, oh man, bro, I couldn't imagine like getting like banned from like all of the platforms and you can't do nothing about it because you decide to be this dumb shitty person.
And Chiswick. Well, regardless, his content wasn't just insults either. He built a decade-long career of essentially Makjang Bang Song, which is roughly translated to trashy streaming. I guess over-the-top live streams where creators will do almost anything for donations. Essentially, nuisance streaming. And it's not unique to Korea, but the format tends to escalate over time because, you know, audience gets used to whatever the baseline is, so he has to keep amping the stakes up or else the donations will stop. So that's the background of the guy. And before I actually covered this video, I've seen this guy in memes so many times before. So clearly he's spilled into Western content because up until what, like 2 years ago, I knew little to nothing about the South Korean creators here. Regardless, that's the very quick background on his career. But now, why we're making this video, because on July 12th, 2025, Shin Tae-il ran a live stream out of an office tel, which is essentially a small studio style apartment office unit that you rent out. And this office tel was in Incheon, which is like an hour west of Seoul. But without getting into too much detail of what happened on that stream, because it's definitely not YouTube friendly, the short story is Shin decided to bring a minor onto this broadcast and paid them an appearance fee, and I guess used a spin to wheel style program tied to viewers' donations to decide punishments and what punishments this minor would get. And again, without going into too much detail, it was just straight up humiliation that went way too far. I mean, it's disgusting. There were some serious boundaries crossed here. And what makes this so much more alarming is there was 7 other streamers present and participating in this broadcast alongside of him and reported.
Oh, hell nah, bro. This reminds me when they be talking about like how like oh no, it reminds me of like stories of how like, you know, people in like some of those real severe cases be like manipulating minors into, you know, just going on discourse and they just be in there humiliating them. But like this, like I really think like people should just get more like I don't know, like I said, the censuses are kind of shaky on other countries. They need to get more, like at least 10 years for that bullshit, bro. Like you going on and what he's saying, like it kind of crossed the boundaries. Let that alone could already tell that this whole thing was just probably like bad on there, and let alone of him of the person being a minor. Like, how is this some sort of form of entertainment, bro? That proves that like these grown ass men and these grown ass men watching that whole little live stream just are depraved ass weirdos. Like this shouldn't be like a fucking form of entertainment. YouTube streams viewed by 20. Wow.
They had over 20,000 concurrent viewers. And the 7 other streamers part, that's what really shocks me here, because at no point did any of them go, wait a minute, I don't think we should be doing this at all, especially not to a minor. But a chunk of those viewers were actively sending donations to trigger these punishments. But obviously the stream did the rounds and people were just horrified. But Shin didn't get arrested right away. Police reportedly tried to bring him in for questioning multiple times after the stream, and he didn't show up. So on September 1st, 2025, police got an arrest warrant and actually picked him up live in the middle of the stream at the same office tel. And historically, September 1st isn't really a good day for this guy, because on September 1st, 2017, his original YouTube channel, which had over 840,000 subscribers at the time, was permanently banned. But following his arrest, he was formally indicted on September 17th, and that same day, the No Ami crew officially disbanded. Now, here's the part of the story that's actually historic, and is the reason this case is actually getting so much more attention, other than the fact of, yeah, this guy is some sick internet freak and he's in trouble. Now, this is a little different because it's not just Shin Tae-il and his 7 co-streamers facing charges. The investigators went back through the stream's donation logs and identified 161 viewers who had sent money specifically tying to triggering these punishments. And every single...
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually fucking pretty smart. Why isn't this done? Well, this is probably like because it was like this specific severe case. What about that whole severe case that happened in Russia? I know shit probably has to be different up over there. It was just like trash, like same kind of pretense. It was a trashy ass live streamer, but even worse happened. It was a live streamer that like he does trash streaming or whatever, and he kept abusing his girl on stream, and the viewers kept donating to him to do even more crazier shit. So one time he locked her up on a balcony, and she basically was just beating the window, you know, until like the beating kind of stopped and she froze to death out there. And like this nigga only got like a couple of years for basically being the fault of killing a person. That, see, this is why like I just do not know what would be going on in other countries, bro. Like what's up with y'all laws? Like a person could just escape a murder, and yeah, honestly, yeah, this goes a parallel along with that. And I'm just wondering why this whole thing wasn't like really used for those people that were donating to that trash ass streamer to, like, you know, even like, you know, lock her outside. That probably would have been like the best point of action. I think this whole whole scenario should just be looked upon. I'm annoyed that he got 6 years only, but this whole thing should just be looked upon as like an example of like a good case and good ass ideas for authorities to just start like looking through like their whole thing to see who fucking donating.
Single one of them was referred to prosecutors on charges of aiding and abetting the production of illegal content involving a minor. And this legal reasoning here is genuinely new territory. So prosecutors argued that because the donations directly funded and encouraged what was happening to this person on camera, no, they were financially participating in the crime itself. And it's getting compared pretty directly to the legal logic used in Korea's infamous NTH stream case a few years back, where the people who paid to get access to the exploitation material were prosecuted right alongside the people who created it. And if you're not familiar with this case, essentially this set the tone for how seriously Korea treats anyone financially connected to this kind of content, not just the person filming it. So depending on how these viewer cases shake out, it could have some very...
That should be a law in the United States, bro. Way too much shit is going down over here, bro. That will like discourage a lot of people from like doing all this type of shit.
Pretty interesting ripple effects here. Now you can straight up be an accomplice if you just simply click donate and you are a part of, you know, whatever's going on through the stream. Logically, it makes sense because in many cases they are accomplices and they're funding the streamer. So these degenerate streamers essentially give the viewer a platform to donate a message or sound effect. For example, like if you're donating in the Johnny Somali case, like a bomb threat being played over a loud Bluetooth speaker, that's still a bomb threat. So it makes sense that they could be charged as an accomplice for whatever happened on the stream, especially if they caused it. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't make the streamer any less guilty. It just means that whoever's donating is also an accomplice. So obviously all of this is new. The people who donated to Johnny Somali stuff, they didn't get charged. But regardless, when it came to this case, it moved way slower than expected, partly because, you know, prosecutors ended up indicting all 7 of Shin's co-streamers as joint offenders too, which meant the cases got merged and the timeline kept getting pushed back. And Shin was denied bail in December of 2025, and his detention was extended yet again in March of 2026 after complications during a jailhouse visit, which added even more delay to an already slow case. Then after the final hearing on June 9, 2026, prosecutors asked for 12 years for Shin Tae-il, along with a lighter sentence ranging from 5 to 7 years for his co-defendants. And leading up to the sentencing, Shin reportedly submitted somewhere around 66 to 68 handwritten apology letters to the court. And there was also reportedly a moment during the evidence review where the presiding judge was visibly taken aback by what was being shown in court, to the point where the footage was cut short during the private viewing. So on July 9, 2026, the Incheon District Court...
Jesus Christ. So that was that kind of like damn serious, bro. The things they were probably doing on that live stream must have been horrible, bro. I feel bad, bro. I really feel bad for that minor, bro. Whoever that was, yeah, I really wish they got 12 years for that, but like I guess 6 years is kind of doable. But yeah, I mean, just to learn that they got all those viewers that did it kind of made my day low key.
Handed down its ruling. Shin Tae-il was sentenced to 6 years in prison, ordered to complete a 40-hour behavioral rehab program. He was also hit with financial forfeiture and banned from working at any institution involving children, teenagers, or people with disabilities for 7 years. And his defendants didn't walk away clean either. 5 of them received sentences ranging from roughly 2.5 to 3.5 years, and they were taken into custody immediately, while 2 others received suspended sentences. So to put that in perspective, Cho Ju-bin, the ringleader behind the NTH room case, he's still serving a sentence that's already kept him locked up for years at this point. And depending on how Shin's case plays out on appeal, his time behind bars could end up stacking in a similar direction. But even outside the courtroom, things were already falling apart for Shin Tae-il, because apparently his younger brother reportedly gambled away roughly 470 million Korean won, or 300 grand USD, that was supposed to go to
300. Oh, I would be so pissed. So wait.
to this guy's legal defense. When it rained.
Oh my God, bro. Your brother ain't your brother, bro. Your brother is supposed to be the support beam that's supposed to be helping you along with your family. And that nigga gambled away 300K. Oh, I would be so angry, but he can't be angry. Like, this is like karma. That's probably like the best karma. I thought. I was mad at him getting 6 years, but the viewer getting arrested, and this just made me happier.
It pours, I guess. Then you have his father dealing with his own health issues. He stayed in the picture, but Shin has reportedly expressed regret in letters from prison about not spending more time with him. Then after his arrest, Shin's mother reportedly took control of his phone and bank accounts entirely. Currently, the No Ami group is now completely gone, and several of the other streamers involved also had their channels banned. And the entire circle that used to be, I guess, around Shin Tae-il has completely scattered. And beyond the crew itself, Shin is now also barred from a long list of jobs going forward, not just the streaming and content platforms that he's currently been banned from. So this one stream changed the lives of at least 8 people, obviously the victim and the 7 disgusting morons who thought this was something that was good for streaming.
Hey, well, to learn about this in like the sense that like he's basically been, you know, banned from like most of the jobs, and he's essentially banned from streaming basically, and that, I guess that's a topping on the cake enough. He might just be having a real bad time when he just comes out of there. Honestly, yeah. I'm satisfied with this punishment now that I see. Because when you really think about it, yeah, he's not gonna be able to get a job after this. He's not gonna become his he's not gonna be able to get his little way when he get out anymore. Some of the viewers got arrested. That made me happy. And his dumbass brother gambled away 300K. But oh man, my family member did that, bro. I would be so pissed, bro. I know that dude had to be so pissed while he's just sitting in there in jail. I hope that minor is okay now and will never have to relive that trauma. And I hope he's and his family is happy with that outcome, bro. Because that's just weird, bro. Like, why would that ever be some form of entertainment, bro? And this is like the first case I ever heard of, like, the people in the chat egging them on getting some type of charges. I think this should just be everywhere, honestly, bro. Because live streaming in general is just getting way too big, and like people in the chat are like really evil, just like the damn streamer. They're the ones egging the streamer on. I'm not taking anything away from the streamer being and doing dumb stuff, but like they're essentially egging them on, basically, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm satisfied. This video, the consequences after the videos, yeah, made me happy, bro. But let me know what you guys think of this case. Go take a look at the original video below. But this video was really good. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 900. I'll catch you guys in the next video.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?